Hi, my name is Rachel Sweeney. I'm a student physical therapist at the University of St. Augustine. Before we get started today, can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Sarah Clay, 13193.
Perfect. So tell me a little bit about what's brought you in today.
So a couple weeks ago, I was playing rugby and I went down to get a ball, and the other team, the person was running at me and kind of ran into my head,
Okay.
and it felt like it compressed my neck.
Okay. When you say compress your neck, did you have any, what symptoms did you experience?
So at first it was like a sharp pain,
Okay.
and after that it was okay. But now every time I turn to the right or go back and turn, I can feel it. It's like a sharp pain that goes like down the right shoulder and into my shoulder blade, I guess.
Is it just on the right side?
Mm-hmm.
And you said it goes down the shoulder and into your shoulder blade. Does it radiate down your arm or anything like that?
No.
Okay. And so it was you said last week?
Yeah.
Okay, so last week, and you initially noticed a sharp pain. Have you had any numbness, burning, or tingling?
No.
Okay. And so on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no pain at all, 10 being I need to call you an ambulance, what would you rate your pain right now?
Right now, just sitting here, 0.
0? Okay. And what is it at its best?
Best, it's 0.
Okay. And what about at its worst?
Probably like 5.
Okay. And so have you noticed if it's gotten any better, worse, or stayed the same since the initial injury?
It's pretty much the same.
Same? Okay. And what have you noticed worsens or helps alleviate those symptoms?
So worsens probably when I go to turn, like if I'm driving and I go to turn to the right, I definitely notice it. If I'm at work and I go to turn, I notice it. What makes it better is just making sure I don't turn and maybe turn with my whole body instead of with my neck.
Okay, so just having to be more thoughtful about your movements kind of thing? Okay. So you said this happened last week, so have you seen a doctor or anything about this initially?
Yeah, I saw a PA.
Okay. And did they do any imaging or anything like that?
No imaging.
No? Okay. And what about any medications? Have you been, are you on any medications? Have you started any since the injury?
So I took ibuprofen the first day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really notice anything, and then the PA prescribed me Flexeril.
Did you notice the Flexeril helping at all?
I used it at night and when I was sleeping, so I think it helped me fall asleep, and if I moved to the right at all, it wouldn't have that sharp pain.
Okay. So you said at night, so does your pain get worse in the morning, at night? Have you noticed anything like that?
Not really, but if I happen to move to the right, like move my neck if I'm on my back, it'll wake me up a little bit.
Okay. And when you feel that, is it still just kind of the same sharp pain?
Yeah.
Okay. So before this injury, what were your daily activities like? What were you able to do?
So pretty much everything. Go to work, play rugby, go out on the weekends, just anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were. What do you do for work?
I'm a pulmonary technician.
Okay. And you were able to do all that before the injury, no problem?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what about now since the injury? Do you notice any difficulty?
So not really difficulty, but kind of like you said, I just have to be mindful of how I move. And I don't play or haven't played rugby since the injury, so I'll just kind of sit on the sidelines and make sure I'm participating, like stretching or something.
Yeah. Is it interfering with any of your other hobbies or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, not hobbies, but again, the driving.
Yeah. So mainly the driving and the rugby?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, so you have that sharp pain. It's mainly during driving and rugby. Have you noticed any difficulties with anything at home?
No, not really. Again, just trying to move carefully.
Yeah, makes sense. Tell me a little bit about your home life. Are you in a house, a condo?
Yeah, an apartment, second floor, have an elevator there, so
Okay.
not that really affects my neck, but
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't noticed anything at home you're doing that exacerbates or worsens the symptoms?
not unless I move funny if I'm doing laundry or putting dishes or something like that.
And is it really just the rotating your neck?
Yeah,
Okay. And it's just the right side. Have you noticed anything on the left side either?
nothing on the left.
Okay. And so you said at the worst it's a 5 out of 10, and you're only taking the Flexeril?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me about what are your goals you want to get out of physical therapy?
Yeah, so I'd like to get rid of this pain as soon as possible, just be able to move normally again and get back to playing rugby.
Okay, yeah, understandable. A couple other questions. So, do you have any family history of any hypertension, diabetes, or cancer, or anything like that?
Yeah, as far as I know, just hypertension and then cancer on my dad's side.
Okay, all right. And since your injury, have you noticed anything like nausea, vomiting, dizziness, fever, anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. And you said you didn't have any numbness, burning, or tingling.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I'm just going to kind of repeat everything back to you to make sure I've got all of it, the information you gave me correct. So about last week, you were playing rugby. A player came and hit you in the head, and you said it felt more like a compression, and you initially felt a sharp pain in your right shoulder, kind of going in between your shoulder blades. It was more of a sharp pain. It doesn't radiate down your arm. It's kind of it's all on the right side, nothing on the left. It gets worsened when you're kind of turning to the right, so you have to be mindful to turn your whole body now. You're not able to play rugby anymore. You're just kind of waiting it out and stretching it. You went to a PA. She gave you some Flexeril. That helps with at night because you said you have pain when you kind of do positional changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And let's see, it's a 0 out of 10 at its best. Right now it's a 0 out of 10. At its worst, it's a 5 out of 10, and that's kind of with those same rotational movements. You, let's see, you were able to do kind of everything in your daily functioning before. You didn't have any limitations with your job or anything like that. Now you're just having to be very, again, mindful with your movement at your work and at home. And again, you can't play rugby. You really just want to get back to rugby and getting back to work without having to think about those movements or without having any pain.
Yep.
Okay. And do you have any other symptoms you've noticed since the injury that you think may or may not be related to this?
No, I think that was it.
Okay. Well, I definitely think those are some things we can target and get you working back to so you can play rugby again.
Cool, let's do it.
All right.